Hello friends, this is Shravan. This is my YouTube channel Civil Engineering by Shravan. To subscribe my channel, click on subscribe button and click on bell icon for more interesting updates.
In this video, I will explain you designing of three-story building by using ETAP software part 2. So I was already explained my part 1 video in my previous section. So I will provide you that video link in below description and above card link for this respected video. So I will continue to the part 2 for this respected tutorial. So initially I will show you the model for the respected three-story house. Select this ETAP software. So this is my G plus 2 three-story house. So I was already done my video in my previous section. So after modeling process completed, we need to define the load cases for this respected building. So for that, initially go to define option here. So here we need to select the load patterns. So it was consisting of dead load condition as well as light load condition. So along with this load cases, I will add two more load cases which is related to your seismic loading condition and wind loading condition. So initially I will add the earthquake load in x direction condition EQX. So here we need to select the loading type. Just I am selecting it as a seismic loading condition. So after that we need to select auto lateral load, nothing but the selection of IS code. So here I am selecting it as IS 1893 2002. Click on add button. So after that we need to add earthquake load in y direction condition. Click on add button. So after that we need to add wind load in x direction condition WX. So here we need to select the type as wind. Now we need to select this respected load case as IS 875 1987. Click on add button. So after that we need to add another wind loading condition in y direction condition. Click on add button. So after that we need to modify these respected values of earthquake load as well as wind load as per the problem statement. So here I am assuming some values of this respected seismic zone condition and response reduction factor. So select modify lateral load option here. So initially we need to select the direction here. So here I am selecting it as x direction. So after that we need to select the seismic coefficient factor. So here I am considering high seismic zone, which is consisting of 0.36 is the seismic coefficient value. So after that we need to select the soil type as second condition for medium condition. So here I am selecting response reduction factor will be 5 and importance factor will be 1.5 for important buildings. Click on OK. So after that select your earthquake load in y direction condition. In the similar way we need to change the parameters which are related to this seismic loading condition in y direction condition. Select modify lateral load here. Again I am selecting this direction as y direction condition. Now select your site type is 2 and the impedance factor will be of 1.5 and the response reduction will be 5. Click on OK. So after that we need to modify the parameters which are related to wind loading condition. Select wind load in x direction condition. Click on modify option. So after that we need to enter the wind speed. So here I am assuming it as 44 is the wind speed meter per second. So after that we need to select the terrain category. So here I am assuming terrain category will be consisting of 3. So after that we need to select the structure. Just I am considering it as B. Coefficient factor just I am taking it as 1 and topography factor is also 1 for this respected x direction condition. Click on OK. So after that select wind load in y direction condition. Click on modify lateral load. So in the same way we need to change the wind speed to 44. So after that we need to select this respected terrain category will be consisting of third one and structure will be 1. So after defining the parameters we need to give the direction for the respective wind load in x direction and wind load in y direction. So for that we need to select the wind load in x direction condition. Click on modify load. So here we need to select modify show. So here we need to take the direction angle as 0 for x direction condition. Click on OK. So after that click on OK again. Again I am selecting y direction condition. Click on modify lateral load. In the same way we need to select to modify show. So here we need to select this respected value as 90. Click on OK. So after that click on OK option. Now click on OK option. So after defining this respected load cases, we need to apply those load cases for this respected building. So initially I will apply the dead load condition for this respected structure. So for that initially we need to select all the building. Go to assign option. So here we need to select the joint point load initially. Select your forces. So here I am selecting my global x direction force, y direction force, z direction force is 1 and moment in x direction, y direction, z direction will be 1. So here we need to select add to existing loading condition. Click on apply, click on OK. So this is the action of your point load for this respected structure. So after that we need to apply the dead load for the respected beam section as well as dead load for the column section, dead load for the slant section. So for that, initially we need to select the beam sections. So go to select option here, click on select. So here we need to select the property frame section. So here I'm selecting my beam section, which is consisting of 0.23 cross 0.3. Click on select option. So it will select all your beams. So after that, click on close option. Now we need to calculate the value of the dead load, which is related to your beam sections. So for that, go to calculator. Next I'm opening my calculator here. So here we need to calculate the dead load of the beam with the help of the dimensions. We need to multiply those dimensions with the help of unit weight of the concrete. For RCC section, just I'm considering it as 25. Click on OK. So it will be consisting of 1.725 is the load in kilonewton per meter, which is act for the respected beam sections. So for that, go to assign option here. Select your frame loads. So here we need to select the distributed load. So now we need to enter the uniform load, which is consisting of 1.725, which is acting in downward direction for the gravity direction. So here we need to select this respected value as uniform load in gravity direction. Click on apply, click on OK. So after that, we need to apply the dead load, which is related to your column sections. So for that, select option, properties. So here we need to select the frame section. Just I'm selecting 0.3 by 0.3 is my column size. So click on select option, close option. So here I'm selecting this respected 0.3 cross 0.3 is my column size. We need to multiply this with unit weight of the concrete, which will give the value of 2.25. So go to click on assign option, frame line load, distributed load. So here we need to select the add to existing loads option. So here we need to select 2.25 is the intensity which is acting gravity direction. Apply OK. So after applying the dead load for the respected column, we need to apply the slab dead load. So for that, initially we need to select the slab section. Go to select option, properties. So here we need to select slab section. This time selecting S125. Click on select option, close option. So here we need to calculate the dead load which is related to your slab. This time considering it as 125 mm. We need to multiply this with the unit weight of the concrete, which will give the value of 3.125. So go to assign option here, select shell area load, uniform load. So here I'm selecting add to existing. So here we need to enter the value of 3.125 is the value of the dead load which is related to 125 mm slab thickness. Click on apply button, click on OK. So after applying the dead load conditions, we need to apply the live load for this respected building. So for that, initially we need to select the slab. Go to select option, properties, select the slab. System selecting it as S125. Click on select option, close option. Go to assign option. So here I'm selecting shell area load. Select uniform load. So here we need to select the loading pattern from dead load to live loading condition. Now we need to enter the value of the respected uniform load. Just I'm assuming it as 3 for the residential building. So here we need to select add to existing loads condition. Click on apply, click on OK. Now we need to apply the earthquake load in X direction condition as well as earthquake load in Y direction condition. So for that, initially we need to select all the members for the respected building like beams, columns as well as slabs. Go to assign option here. So here we need to select the shell area loads. So click on uniform load. Now we need to change the loading pattern to earthquake load in X direction condition. So here we need to change the loading intensity for the respected X direction condition. So here we need to assume the value which is 50% of the live load. So in my previous section I was taken live load is 3, which is divided by 2 will give you 1.5. So here we need to select the direction as global X direction condition. Click on add to existing loads, click on apply, click on OK. So after that we need to apply the seismic load which is in Y direction condition. So for that again we have to select all the building. Go to click on assign option, click on shell area loads, uniform load. Again we have to select in Y direction condition, add to existing loads. Now we need to select in global Y direction, apply OK. So after that we need to apply the beam load for this respected 3-story building. Now we need to select all the beam sections, column sections and slab sections. Go to assign, again go to select your shell area loads. So here we need to select wind pressure coefficient. Wind load in X direction condition with a factor of 0.86 is the wind coefficient CP value. Click on apply button, click on OK. Now we need to select all the building again for applying wind loading condition in Y direction. Go to assign, shell area load, wind pressure. Just I'm selecting it as wing load in y direction condition, apply, okay. So after that we need to add the load combinations for this respected building. So for that go to definitions option here, select your load combinations option. So here we need to select add default design combinations. So here I'm selecting it as a concrete frame design. So click on OK. So it will add the load combinations for this respective structure like this. Click on add button. So after that we need to apply the fixed supports at the base for this respected 3-story house. So for that we need to select the ground story for this respected plan view. So select this down arrow. So it will select this respected value of ground story like this. Now we need to select 1-story option here. Now we need to select all the supports at the base for this respected ground story. Go to assign option, joint here. We need to select the restraints option. Now we need to select the fixed supports option. Click on apply, click on OK. So it was assigned with the fixed supports at the base for this respected structure. So after that we need to add the diaphragm for this respected building. Diaphragm is nothing but your center point of the building. So for that initially we need to select all the building. Go to assign option, join point, select your diaphragms, select D1, click on apply, click on OK. So this is the action of diaphragm for this respected structure. So in order to see the diaphragm for the right hand section also, we need to select this respected set display options. So here we need to select diaphragm extent, apply to all windows, apply, okay. So it was assigned with the diaphragm for the respected 3D model also. So after assigning the diaphragms, we need to analyze this respected structure. So for that go to analyze option here, go to check models. Initially we need to check for the errors for this respected structure. So here I am selecting joint checks for this respected model, click on OK. So here my model has been checked with no warning messages. So it was consisting of 0 errors. Click on cancel button. So after that go to analyze again. So here we need to select set load cases to run. So here I am selecting this all load cases. Click on run now option. So it will do the analysis part for this expected 3-story house. So this is the deflection of the building due to presence of this respected dead loading condition for the respected structure. Click on start animation. So due to presence of the dead loading condition, the building will be deflect like this. So after that click on snap animation. So after that we need to see the deflection diagram which is related to other type of load cases. So click on display option, click on deform shape. So here I am selecting it as earthquake load in x direction condition. Click on apply, click on OK. So click on start animation. Due to presence of the earthquake load in x direction, the building will be deflect like this. So click on start animation. So after that we need to see the values of the shear force as well as bending moment for this respected structure. So for that go to display option here. So here we need to select frame pier spandrella forces. So here I am selecting this respected shear 2, which is nothing but your shear force diagram in x direction condition. Click on apply. So this is the shear force diagram for this respected building due to presence of x direction load case. So select your shear 3, click on apply. So this is the shear force diagram for this respected diagram which is related to your respected y direction. Movement 2, click on apply. So this is the bending moment diagram which is related to your x direction condition. Movement 3, click on apply. So this is the bending moment diagram which is related to your y direction condition. Select your torsion, click on apply. So this is the building torsion for this respected diagram due to presence of your respected dead loading condition. So after that we can change the load cases to earthquake load in x direction condition. Select your shear 2 again, click on apply. So this is the x direction shear force diagram. So this is the y direction shear force diagram. This is the x direction movement diagram. So this is the bending moment diagram in y direction condition. Again select your torsion, click on apply, click on OK. So after that we need to check the values for the respected deflection values, shear values in table format. So for that go to select your display. So here we need to select the show tables option. Now we need to select this analysis data, click on output. So here I am selecting this respected low results option. So here I am selecting displacement option, story drift option, again model results. So here I am selecting frequencies. So frame results, select frame results, column forces, beam forces. So here I am selecting column forces, beam forces. Again I am selecting story drift, frequencies. Click on OK. So it will load the table for this respected three-story building. So it was loaded this respected tables like this. So it will be consisting of beam forces, column forces, nothing but your axial load, shear force in x direction, shear force in y direction condition, as well as building torsion, movement in x direction condition, movement in y direction condition. So select your deflection. So this is the deflection for this respected building due to presence of different types of load cases. So this is the analysis part which is related to your three-story house. So in my upcoming video, I will explain you how to do the design for this respective three-story house by using IS 456 code. Thank you.